So everything that you just saw was filmed with the iPhone 17 Pro. What the hell? You know, gone are the days whenever someone reaches out to me and they ask, Seth, if I have under $1,500, what do you recommend I start my video making journey with? For me, I would usually say something of like a Sony camera or a cheap Canon camera, but now I recommend the iPhone. Let's explore that. So a really freaking annoying part about the new iPhones is that, I mean, with every new iPhone, every September, they'll change the iPhone just a little bit. So you unfortunately can't use the old accessories on the new phones. So I think one of the challenges that I wanted to overcome was, how do I figure out an iPhone rig that I can use on later generations after this cell phone? So I ended up finding the small rig cage that goes around the phone, and it doesn't matter which phone you use, you can just put whatever phone fits within this box, and it just works so well. And it gives you a nice grip around the cage to where you're taking your hands further away from the iPhone sensor and onto the cage. So it leads to less handheld shaky results. It just works so much better. And I also have a handle on the rig, so it's just easier to hold, and it makes it just really convenient whenever you want to mount solid state drives like what I have here, and I can just record all day without having to change it. And then whenever I'm done, because the Blackmagic app records straight to the hard drive, it makes it really easy to back up the footage because I don't have to take anything off the phone physically. Everything's just recorded externally, and it makes it easy to where you can shoot whatever codec you want within the iPhone 17 Pro. You need to use neutral density filters. I use VNDs, which is variable neutral density filters, where you can change between a range of tint to essentially have sunglasses for your sensor, and it makes it to where you don't have to shoot at a crazy high shutter speed. So it makes it easier to shoot outside without your footage looking very jaggedy like it's a Jason Bourne movie. I use the Peter McKinnon VND 2-5 filters and the 6-9 filters, and I have a moment attachment to where I can put it on the front of my phone. It's a little bit janky the way that I have it, so I'm still trying to figure out my best variable ND filter solution, but the color shift on these VND filters is really great. And if you're investing into VND filters, make sure that you're investing into good filters, because if you don't, then you're gonna have some like green or magenta color cast, and it's gonna make your footage, unfortunately, look worse. So another really awesome thing with the iPhone 17 Pro is that you can shoot in open gate. So it gives you more space on the top and bottom, and it's essentially shooting the entire sensor and not doing a 16:9 crop. So whenever you go to edit your footage, you can easily cut vertical or 16:9. And if you don't want to do that, you can just keep these black bars like what I'm doing. And then boom, you look like an A24 movie. Whenever I shoot with the iPhone, I like to use the Blackmagic app, and it's actually really convenient because you can use your iPad as an external wireless monitor. So if you have your iPhone rigged in like a crazy high ceiling shot or on a car rig, you can sit inside the car and you can monitor your settings and you can change everything from the app, and it's completely free, which is even better. I love free shit. Whenever I'm figuring out my ISO, I shoot between like 100 and 400. I try not to go above 800 because you introduce some noise into the footage, which, you know, it's not great. And whenever I'm shooting codecs, I don't shoot Apple ProRes RAW because it just chews through hard drive space. So I usually shoot ProRes 422 or 422 LT. I shot H.265, but I was definitely noticing some loss in image quality. So I try to keep it in ProRes because you're just not gonna notice as much image quality loss. And then I go into the settings and I change my shutter speed to shutter angle. That way, if I change between different frame rates, it remains the same if you have it in shutter angle, so you don't have to even mess with it. So essentially what I'm paying attention to is my ISO and my white balance, but I don't even need to touch the shutter speed, which is definitely just makes it easier if you're changing between a lot of different frame rates. And then for color, I shoot an Apple Log 2, which is, it's just awesome that these phones can shoot in log, and they've been able to shoot in log for the last few years. But I think that if you're learning cinematography, it's good to learn how to expose log footage, and it's good to learn how to color grade it, because log color profiles are across all cinema cameras. So if you can learn with an iPhone and kind of get the grasp of how to use a log image, it's only going to help you whenever you upgrade to a bigger and better camera system. Growing up, my brother Caleb said, one day, Seth, there's going to be a camera on every single phone. This is about 15 years ago at this point. And everyone's going to be shooting videos all the time. They're going to be shooting photos all the time. And it's going to be the new norm that there's going to be this world of capturing photos and videos that people are doing on a very regular basis. And fast forward 10 to 15 years, and we are definitely in the future, which is very funny because at the time we were like, Caleb, you're freaking crazy. That's definitely never going to happen. Technology will never get to that point. And I guess, look who's laughing now. It's him at all of us. Did you guys think that we would get to a place where we would be able to shoot full feature-length films like 28 years later on a cell phone? And that was the iPhone 15 Pro Max, which is 2 generations ago. I know that the main sensor of this camera is actually the same as the iPhone 15, so there's not a crazy huge difference of image quality between those phones. But what I really enjoy about this phone specifically is that the telephoto lens is 48 megapixel and the wide angle lens is 48 megapixels. So it's easier to shoot with all the lenses and not lose resolution or clarity in your image. Did you guys think this would happen with iPhones and with technology, that we would get to this space where you can essentially shoot all your content with a phone? Did you guys think that? Leave a comment below. And actually, I just got an email from a client saying that they want to update the song for the video we did like 3 months ago. Do you remember the name of that website?
No.
Was it like Tune Music?
Were you talking to me?
Okay, I'm really sorry to interrupt, but I can't figure it out. Okay?
It's Music Bed.
It's not, no, it's not Music Bed at all. I will Google just to say that I did, but it's definitely not. Musicbed.com. Sign up for my 2-week trial below. I think with the iPhone, that's definitely not a camera that I want to use as my A camera, but it's great as a B camera, C camera, and also it's an amazing rigging camera. So you can easily rig it to a car, or you can rig it to a helmet for like a first person shot, and you're going to get an image that is going to be able to match really well with your other cameras. I don't think for me it's going to replace my camera, but I mean, I can imagine an iPhone being my A camera in a few years. I mean, these cameras are getting better and better every year, and I think that that's why I wanted to figure out a camera rig that I could easily use on future cameras. So what are the challenges that you guys are facing with the iPhone 17 Pro camera? Leave a comment below and let's chat about this phone/camera and anything else that you are depressed about. Okay. Oh yeah, and I forgot to mention that all the footage shot in this video is the iPhone 17 Pro. I mean, besides the photos, that's a Leica Q328. But anyways, thank you so much, and don't forget to subscribe.